Brand. Oh, no screen, no camera. There we go.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm so short.
I'm fun size. In order for us to fit in the same screen.
I guess so. What's up?
Good. Oh goodness, today's gonna be good.
It is wedding day, or wedding podcast day, not wedding day. It is the Scoop Weddings Unveiled. Tim Schaus, TLS Entertainment, your premier DJ, and of course, Brandy Harlan, your wedding planner who is non-retired.
What up? What up?
Whoops.
How we doing?
Good.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was good.
You were in some fancy places this weekend.
I was at the Gaylord Palms in Orlando. It was 300 guests, just about 300 guests, and
Jeez. That's not common right now.
Now, let me just tell you, I'm gonna give you a little story time, real quick.
Story time with Tim.
Story time with Tim. So show up to the Gaylord Palms. I don't know if you've ever been. It's in Orlando.
Yes.
It is very large.
It is.
Very large.
It's like massive.
It is. And they have a lot of ballrooms. The ballroom that we were in, again, fits 300. Very large ballroom.
Okay.
It literally took me 4 hours to set up.
Oh, God.
4 hours.
They didn't let you park close, did they?
Well, no, it wasn't. I mean, once I figured out where I was supposed to be going and how I was supposed to load in and out, I was fine. But it was up an elevator. And then I had to, cart all of my stuff. I mean, I had 6 speakers.
Yeah, for that many
because
people.
I had to have I wanted to have full sound for everybody. So,
is there a square footage of the room?
I have no idea. It was large.
Yeah, the video
large
seemed
massive.
massive.
Square footage. And then everything was fine. I got set up. It was good. Now, anything that could have gone wrong went wrong.
Oh gosh.
And this is why I love and hate technology. And this is also why when you hire an entertainment company that you make sure that they have backups of things.
Yes.
I basically had to throw out a mic of mine, one of my mics. Oh. Granted, it was probably time, but so anyway, the reception was in the one of the grand ballrooms. Mm-hmm. And then if you've ever been to the Gaylord Palms, their ceremony was outside at their Coquina lawn, which was on the other end of campus.
Oh God. So
it literally took me probably 12 minutes to walk from the reception to the ceremony area.
And then you had to beat everybody there.
Well, so I set up the ceremony area, sound checked, everything was flawless. I'm like, good, perfect.
And
went
then
back
you had to leave it by itself?
Yeah, it was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, everything was set up.
Okay.
So I left it out there. I took my mic, I mic checked, did everything was fine. But I took everything down because I didn't want it to just be beating in the sun. Mm-hmm. So I took it down, put it off to the side. And then at 5 o'clock or at 4:50, I came back to put it back up. Ceremony was at 5:30, but I wanted to get it up at 5. And so came back at 5, started putting the mic up and started to set up the mic again. Wouldn't turn on.
It just said, I quit.
It said, you know what? Screw you.
It says, you took me this far.
Yep. And granted, I've had this mic, this receiver for quite some time. And it worked earlier. And then it's like, you know what? I'm good.
So then you had to go all the way back and get another one?
So at 5:15, I'm freaking out.
Because you've got a 20-minute walk.
Well, and I said, and I'm like, and all the guests were there. They were having pre-drinks before the ceremony.
Oh, pre-gaming. That's dangerous.
So I text the planner. I'm like, hey, a little bit of an issue. It's going to be fine. But I need everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
I'm not freaking out. But I need some extra time because I have to walk back to the reception to grab my other mic, which was hooked up for the reception. Mm-hmm. But I had to disconnect everything, bring it down to the ceremony. So it was a 10-minute walk there and a 10-minute walk back.
Oh God.
Plus,
and it's
disconnecting everything. It's 5:15. I said I'm going to need some extra time. And so I literally run, grab it, run back in my suit. And mind you, there's also, in other ballrooms, there's a dance competition going on. Oh. So I'm having to go through all these little kids. Oh. There's a dance competition. It was
not trample one of them.
Well, yeah. And so grab my mic, coming back, as I'm setting it up, it starts to get windy. And so this actually made me feel a little bit better.
'Cause
All the flowers and all the decor is being blown everywhere.
you're like, okay.
And I honestly, I was like, thank God.
You
Because
don't like
now,
flowers anyway,
now the
but yeah.
planners and the planners are working on that. They're trying to fix all of that. And I'm just like, all right, the stress isn't on me anymore.
Right?
I have
I'm
no
not
pressure.
the reason.
Nope.
Thank you, Mother Nature.
Mine works. I'm just setting it up. We're good to go. And now I'm just waiting on them.
Mother Nature likes you.
but-
she doesn't rain on you. She doesn't do any
she
of
does.
eh.
She does. She has. But so yeah, finally got that set up. And of course, during like ceremony starts, I'm playing music. Everything's being blown everywhere. And the flower people were literally sitting right behind us.
Oh, the florist?
The florist, the flower people.
I was like, flower people. Are these like flower guys, flower mom, flower grandma,
flower
flower
people.
girls? Like, who is this?
The flower people. They're sitting behind us,
Not moving. They're like, oh, well.
legs crossed. They're like, oh,
Look at that.
they just fell over.
Look at that flower pot. Just went
So-
flying through the air.
Kelsey was with me.
Uh-huh.
She was doing video for me. She was my content manager of the weekend.
I may have noticed. Go, Kelsey.
But she was amazing. She helped like clean it, like she was like putting the decor back and getting everything all like get back in order.
Yeah.
And
So maybe you found a
it's
on-site planner.
yeah, right, yeah. So I mean, she was awesome. And then the planners were, and then in the cocktail hour was in the same area. I didn't run cocktail hour. They had a steel drummer, but all the cocktail tables were being blown around. It was
How does
just
this happen? Like, I don't understand. Like, if it's outside and there's florals, unless they're not, I mean,
it became really
weigh
windy. There was like
nothing?
gusts of wind, and it like happened out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden, like as the ceremony started, it became windy. Mother Nature's like,
Did her veil like fly everywhere when she?
yeah. So the matron of honor was messing with it during the ceremony.
I saw a TikTok about that.
What?
There was a maid of honor. The veil was blowing everywhere. She lightly stepped on it to keep it.
Yeah,
like
that's what
this.
she ended up doing.
Yeah, she lightly stepped on the edge of it,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Maid of honor of the year." I was like, "Yeah, do that."
Yeah,
Just
she
don't
actually did
yank
that.
it out of her head. She
Yeah.
must have saw a TikTok.
I don't know, maybe. So
How
that was the one ish, somewhat of an issue, which wasn't an
there's
issue.
more?
Nobody knew, but I knew, and the planner knew what was going on, and I needed some extra time. Which Mother Nature's like, I got you. Let me just blow these flowers around real quick.
Those things that you hate.
Well, anyway.
I got the picture to prove it.
No, I know. And so then ceremony's done. We're good. Everything's fine. I run up to the reception as they're doing their cocktail hour. I go back up to the reception hall. Kelsey and I go back up there. Set up my mic again at the reception. Get all the light. They had up lighting. Get all that set up. We're ready to go. I'm like, all right.
Good.
Wedding planner comes up to me. He's like, we're going to let everybody in about 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes. The couple is going to do a walkthrough first because they want to, it's like what do they call it? The reveal?
The reveal. Yeah. It's nice to do that,
So
I think.
yeah, room reveal. And as they're about to walk in, my uplights go crazy. They just start going all these different colors. And so they're
You're like, I was putting on a party for you.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I use like all my uplights are wireless.
Yeah.
And I'm able to control them through a Wi-Fi connector device, which connects to my iPad, and I can manually.
Yeah.
Yeah. It all of a sudden I go to my Wi-Fi device and it says no Wi-Fi, no signal, and then I go to my iPad, no signal. What the hell is going on now? 5 minutes before they walk in. I'm like, oh. So the planner's like, can we fix this? I'm like, I'm trying.
Yeah.
Do you realize that the lights are going crazy? Yes. Yes, they're turning all different colors.
Just in case.
And then I just like turned everything off, and then they just went black. So, I mean, it was like the mood in there. They had a crap ton of candles, so like it looked really nice. It was beautiful. The uplighting made it look so much better. So then I was like, listen, I can manually turn them to just white, because originally they were like a candlelit color to match everything. And I said, I can manually turn them to white. And I showed them the color, like, can you do any other color? I'm like, well, yeah, I can do like pink or blue, but
like,
I don't
not gonna work.
I don't have right now the capability of going to any color. Like there's specific default colors that I can go to, and white is the closest. I'm like, all right, if that's what we can do. I'm like, well, that's what we're going to get. So we're going
You sound
white.
so disappointed in your abilities. Like,
Yeah, I'm like,
it's your fault.
Right.
Like,
So Kelsey and I show Kelsey how to change the lights. So we manually change all 18 of the lights.
oh God.
Actually, no, there's like 24 of them. But regardless, throughout the entire room. So we go, and I'm like, you get this side, I get this side. We run and do it. Get it all done. All right, cool. The lights are on. I mean, they were on. It's just like I wasn't connected via Wi-Fi, so I couldn't use my iPad.
Like a protected Wi-Fi that you could use?
It's just just my own device.
Oh.
It's a Wi-Fi device specifically for these lights.
Oh.
So yeah. So they do their room reveal. All the lights are on. Everything's somewhat kosher, and they let all the guests in. So I'm at this point, as they're letting guests in, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what is going on with my Wi-Fi device? Why do I have no signal? So I was like, you know what? I have nothing to lose. Factory reset. And I'm like, okay. And I don't know what happened. I did a factory reset. It turned back on. It had a different name to it for the Wi-Fi when I go to connect it to my iPad. Connected it. Everything worked. And I said, Miss Wedding Planner, my lights are back connected again. I have to manually go change the lights each to go to the Wi-Fi.
Oh.
Do you want me to do that? She's like, yes. As everybody's taking their seats, I said, perfect.
Great. You get that side, I got this side.
So,
24.
So Kelsey and I was like, you get that side, I get this side. Boom, done. And then we got it to the tea-lit color. The rest of the night was flawless.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna.
No, that was it. But like technology,
this is just not.
You love it and hate it, but that's why you have backups.
Yeah.
For everything. Now the lighting, if we didn't, I mean, obviously, I was able to figure out and I was able to reconfigure things. But like with a mic, if you don't have a backup mic, I would have been screwed.
Oh yeah, I've seen that at weddings where they just like, yeah, my microphone stopped working. I'm like, okay, where's your other one? We don't have one. So, okay, officiant, you're gonna have to scream during ceremony today.
So couples, when you go to talk to your entertainment make sure, see what they have for backups.
Yeah.
Whether it be a computer, if something goes out, because again, it's technology and things go awry.
Yeah.
When it works, it's great. When it doesn't, it's horrible.
And I feel like I can look at an entertainment company or DJ or whoever is setting up and instantly know that they don't have extra stuff.
Why? Because they come in trash cans?
So the wedding this weekend.
How was your wedding?
We had 2, Friday and Saturday. Literally, I see the DJ roll in 2 trash cans. Like,
yeah, you sent me a picture.
30,
you're
what
like,
are those, like,
guess what's in here? And I said, trash?
I was like, not a dead body. So what size are those? Like 50, like your normal trash cans that you put beside the curb. Those big, huge black trash cans with the lid. And wheels. And he wheels 2 of them in. I'm like, and I didn't see him wheel them in. I just walked by and I'm like, what are those 2 trash cans? Like, what? We don't have trash cans like that. What are those? What is that? And then I see him pull his speaker out of the trash can.
Ta-da!
I was dying. I was like, I mean, I guess that's one way of like hauling them effortlessly. But that was a first, straight out the trash. I'm like, I don't know if this is
That's
good
what
or
he thinks
bad.
of his equipment. He's like, I got trash for equipment.
There's no padding. There's no, like, you just toss it in there. Like, here you go. Just rattle it around.
How was the wedding itself?
The wedding was fun and quiet, and he did not get very, like, loud. Like, he was kind of, there was no umph.
Well, you can't really have umph at your venue.
I mean, you can. He just didn't have any energy about him.
I see.
Like, there was no... Yeah, it was. Well, it was fine. It was great. They were happy. Friday was what was Friday? Oh, who got married on Friday? I don't remember. I can't remember past the day of the wedding anymore.
True.
But Friday wedding, I'm sure it was fine because I can't remember it.
Yeah. So my wedding.
Nobody was mad. Nobody threw binders. Nobody was.
Yeah.
Pissed about anything.
Yeah.
So it was fine.
Yeah. I was at the Gaylord on Saturday. Aside from those hiccups, very large hiccups in my opinion, but nobody knew. Like nobody knew besides me.
I can just imagine your panic though.
Oh, if you ask Kelsey, the stress level that I had, it was next level.
Yeah. Was that the first time she's seen that stress level?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I know.
She's like, what is wrong?
I know the face, so I just kind of like,
Yep.
I'm not going to go talk to Tim right now. I'm just going to leave him alone.
But yeah, it was, after all of that, like the dinner was great. Speeches went flawlessly. The dancing, everybody
was the food really good?
So the food was really good. And let me tell you.
I have to wonder about those big, expensive places.
All right. So usually, like at those big, expensive places,
you get a sandwich.
You get a Sammy.
With some chips.
With some chips and maybe a cookie if you're lucky.
Maybe.
And they sit you and they're like, you got to go outside. You got to go outside. Is it raining?
Yeah.
Yep. I don't care.
I don't care.
But the Gaylord Palms, they hooked it up. They had us in a separate ballroom for all the wedding professionals, all the vendors. And we actually had like a plated service.
Nice.
They gave, like, we had a server. And she came in, she gave, we had salads. We had our main course, which was, it was chicken, but it was really well done.
Nice.
It was a chicken breast, and it was really good with rice and a veggie, I think. And then we even had dessert. They had cheesecake.
Nice. They fed you.
And like the full service. I felt like I was actually part of the wedding outside of the wedding.
So that's what I did when we had the bash for all of our vendors, like all of our officers and all of the valet. I set them up their own tables with their own space, literally with like placemats, florals, and they got served the same filet and fish that everybody else got.
Yeah.
People are like, why are you feeding them the same? I'm like, they're not below. Like, they're literally here, like, if something goes down.
Right.
Like, they risk their lives every day. We can feed them a daggone filet. So
that was something that really stood out at the Gaylord because, again, like you said, most of the more quote unquote high end venues do not take care of their vendors.
No.
And before we get on with it,
Before we move on to more catering talk.
More catering talk. I was going to go over. So what?
So where else were you this weekend?
I was just in Orlando, and then Carlos had a country birthday party. Country. With Mike Kruger, who did line dancing last week. He did line dancing for me again this past weekend.
Oh, fun.
And then
Carlos does country stuff, he works it out. Okay.
Well, so it was like country in like 80s, and he loves 80s, and I give him a country playlist, and he's fine.
Okay, cool.
He's a DJ. He can
do it all.
He can adapt. And then Sunday, DJ Joey was at the Sanderling.
The what?
The Sanderling. It's out in Siesta.
Never heard of it.
And I went from 6 to 11, and he said that it was.
Was it a wedding?
It was a wedding.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a wedding. Right, beautiful views right on the water.
Oh, I'm sure.
And things were, I don't know if he had a planner, but things were running late. The food was late.
Oh.
So the meals were late, and so they didn't get to dancing until much later. But other than that,
can
everything
jack up a lot of stuff.
Oh, it jacks up everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we're having all these conversations about this
about
today.
Catering and food
and our experiences this weekend.
Why is that, Miss Brandy?
Because we have some amazing people joining us today. That's why you and I are sitting so close.
That's if they're watching. Scoot over.
I mean, I can't.
Get your wheels.
It's like this is like having a brother. Move your wheel that
From
way.
another
your
mother.
Wheel is in my wheel space.
All right, Miss Brandy.
Yes.
What you got for us today?
We have some amazing guests with us today, and I am so honored to have them here because I've had the privilege of working with this company for quite some time. I don't even know how long it's been. I'm sure we can talk about that a little bit. But they have personally done events for me. They did my 40th birthday party. They did my husband's 50th. They've just been instrumental at doing stuff at the Bishop and things like that. So I truly love them. And it's none other than Cornerstone and Company. So we have Shannon and Ryan joining us today. And not only do I think like they're amazing and whatnot, but everyone else thinks so because they were just awarded Best Caterer SRQ Magazine. And I got quoted. I was like, yes, throw them a big round of applause for sure. Because honestly, and I mean every word of what I said, is that it is a labor of love for you guys, and it is really awesome to see what you guys do and how you do it and the pairings and the flavors and the profiles. And I never loved food so much, I think, in my life until we started talking more about food and really diving into, the new world of vegan when I was transitioning and all of that good stuff. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How'd you end up here? You can go one at a time. Shannon.
Ladies first.
I knew she was going to say that. No, like she was going to defer to you. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
So why I did that.
Good job.
So we started in 2015. We started as meal prep service, not nearly as fun as what we do now. We've transitioned into full bar service, pizza, tacos, you name it, whatever you
The
want.
best pizza.
Love it.
Yes.
Best food.
I know. And so how do you go from meal prep? Tell us like what that looked like for you guys and so I think
we don't know.
they're like, we're so glad we don't do it anymore.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Obviously, so I got into meal prep from my bodybuilding, powerlifting, healthy experiences. That was my love, and people didn't know how to deal with that very well.
Yeah.
They would watch a documentary on Netflix, and
That's
every
for
week
sure.
their diet would change.
And that was
I did that.
that was a personal passion of mine. Even though I've been cooking since like 14 years old, and I'm a CIA graduate, born and raised here in St. Petersburg, Florida. But that was just a personal passion of mine because I've always been into health and fitness. My dad was real big into bodybuilding when I was a kid, so I guess a little bit of that rubbed off or whatever. Don't look like it now, but. I'm old. But,
He's not old. Don't want to tell you that.
yeah, it was something I love too. So to be able to be a part of it in the beginning was really good because I always thought there was a huge stigmatism about healthy food not tasting good,
Yeah.
which is total BS.
Yeah, and I found that when I was becoming vegan, I was like, oh, people are like, oh, I'm like, no, it's all about flavor.
yeah,
like really, it really truly is. Like if you can harness
if you can
that,
appreciate food, there's nothing wrong with any of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I find the problem myself is when you start substituting things for things like this
Yes.
chicken stuff and
Yeah,
this stuff.
yeah.
That's not what I think the vegan thing should be about.
Exactly.
Kind of. But.
Yeah, like that substitution frozen stuff. Like it's
all
like
the
basically
chemicals,
you're going
it's
from one bad to
Well, if
another
the point-
bad.
If the point was health,
Yeah,
it's definitely not the way to go.
it's not the way to go.
Because you're getting the more processed foods.
Yeah, because it's processed anyway. So
Big time.
you mentioned something that you're certified in. Tell us more about that.
Why did I do that?
Your schooling.
What am I certified in?
Like 3 seconds ago.
What did I do?
What did I
I'm
do?
a CIA graduate, so I graduated in 1995. And
Wait, what was that?
95.
1995, yeah. I was 21. I knew exactly what I wanted to do out of high school.
I was 10.
That's
so, thanks, bud.
I was 15. I'm closer to you. It's okay. I got you.
We digress.
But yeah, so I started cooking when I was 14, though. So,
Yeah.
and then it seemed like I said when I knew what I wanted to do when I got out of high school. So,
That's awesome.
and then I actually did work for two CIA graduates when I was a kid in high school at 14, and they told me, if this is what you really want to do, this is the best place to go if you can afford it.
Okay. And CIAOs stands for?
Culinary Institute of America.
Oh, damn.
It's in Hyde Park, New York, and there's only like one of them. That's it. There's, the one.
There's only like
Of
one.
America.
Well, no, there's Johnson Wales,
CIA, America.
up and down the
Yeah.
coast, and there's a lot of cooking schools that have
Yeah.
franchises or branches.
Yeah.
There is another one in California, but it's not a cooking school; it's a continuing education business school. I mean, it does have restaurants and things like that, but it's not the same focus on cooking that the one in New York has.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Shannon, how'd you get all your experience?
Oh, trial and error.
I think that's the best way.
Yeah.
My entire life.
She
It's
was
always
full on
been-
up and moving before I showed up. You
Yeah.
know
I
what
think
I
you
mean?
joined us, two
Solid.
2
yeah.
years into it.
Yeah.
And I was definitely grateful. No, I mean, I've always cooked. I've always, fed our family, and then it just kind of evolved. And it was, I never at any point was like, oh, I can't do this.
Yeah.
This
I don't
is a
see
need.
that you would ever say that.
Yeah. And it started as feeding our friends.
Yeah.
Our friends would buy from me, and then it exploded, and then, within the first year or two, we were doing like well over 1,000 meals a week and delivering that. And
It was a lot.
it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot of 16-hour days.
Because even today, even then, it's just like three kind of man crew here. You
Yeah,
know? There's
yeah.
a lot of work
Because
being
it's just
done.
the three of you. It's Ryan, Shannon, and Joel.
That's the main pyramid, if you will. Yeah.
And
have
each
a
of you
few.
serves a different
Yeah.
part. But you do have staff. Like you do have
for sure.
staff to
Absolutely.
do events and things so people don't think that they don't. They have plenty of people
Yeah, no,
that
we
help
get
them on
all
the
the-
serving side and the back
All the
side of
jobs
things.
done, but like the nucleus of it.
The
is-
three core, yeah. And each of you serve a certain point in that triangle. So
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, Shannon's like
I think that is
business
why it
and-
is like that.
Yeah. And talk about who Joel is and what his part in this group is.
Yeah, so Joel's my husband.
What up, Joel?
That's
That's her
double.
man.
Yeah,
Stunt double.
depending on the day, the two of them are interchangeable.
Hey.
Okay.
This is my kitchen husband.
Well,
at this
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Okay.
So-
Everybody
Pretty
has
much,
one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
no.
mistake me for him so much and vice versa. It's just
Well, and
whatever.
we've been friends and known Ryan for
a lot longer
16
than
years,
the business.
So
yeah.
it's been,
Okay,
it's been
great.
a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Joel, he keeps all of our vehicles running. He's the mastermind behind.
That's the
He
thing.
builds
That's-
the badass shit.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
the-
He makes us look cool. You know,
Yeah,
that's
that's,
exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So before we get like into more
Yeah,
detail
yeah,
on that side,
yeah.
what like I mean I know we kind of briefly went into this your first question, but like what do you guys focus on food wise? Like what's your style?
We're definitely known for our pizza.
Yeah.
Like obviously that's it's the first thing people see when they come to us. But you know, my heart and soul is in our cocktails. And then Ryan, well, being so small, we are able to kind of cater to what the guests want. So that's how our process works is what do you want? What is your
What do you
favorite
want?
food?
Talk
Like,
about your
you
favorite
know.
party and let's have it.
Yeah. So that's kind of what
What's there?
separates us.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
We're there, cool. Now what else? And then
Well,
go-
and so a lot of catering companies, they'll just show up and they cater, they do their thing. You guys show up with like swagger.
Yeah.
Literally, you have a pizza truck, right?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
Chevy,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a
54.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
a what?
54.
1954 Chevy.
Truck.
Truck.
Suburban,
Suburban,
but it
yeah,
used to be
so-
a Suburban.
And-
chopped out.
Turned it into a wood
Wood-fired oven.
wood-fired oven.
Yeah.
And
I mean, pizza's is a majority, but we do a bunch of other fun
They do
stuff out there,
tacos in
too.
that bad boy
We have
too.
tacos. We've
so
done
good.
chicken wings.
Sandwiches,
We've done,
oysters. I mean,
it's
all-
insane.
Yeah.
And then to couple that with a bar truck.
Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
And what kind of vehicle is that?
So that is a 1939 Chevy GMC
GMC
cab
cab
over.
over.
39?
That one's
Yeah.
a 39, and we have a brand new one that we made this year, which is a 1950
Right.
Chevy.
Yeah.
And it's shinier, it's prettier, but
Yeah.
Well, but even though like the OG vehicles that you guys have,
yeah. That,
I mean,
39.
they're
it's awesome.
so cool. And
it
how
is.
did that
And then
come
don't
in?
forget the bike.
Oh yeah, the bike. You
Well,
got.
we have the
cocktail
bike,
bike.
and we've got like Coca-Cola bars, we have 7-Up bars, and
So how did all of these
Wow.
like different?
Yeah, how'd you
Things
go
come
that
about.
way?
so we've always had cars. That's actually how we met Ryan.
Yeah.
Like we've had
Between cars and tattoos, that's what literally put us together.
absolutely.
Yeah, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah. So we finally found a way to make our passions or our hobbies make us money.
Kind of,
Yeah.
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 So we were already doing the cooking thing and kind of transitioned. We had a lot of our corporate clients that wanted us not just healthy food, they wanted us to cater their events. So that kind of grew. That's where we started as Cornerstone Company.
Yeah, we moonlighted for a whole year
For a
or
while,
more.
we were doing both.
Yeah.
We
and
were
that was
doing
rough.
both, yeah.
But
And so you just made that decision like, we want to be something unique and different. Let's do a truck.
it honestly evolved.
I think we
is
saw
what
the
it
just
writing
kind
on
of
the
was
wall
like,
of
oh, this
going
is what we're
to-
doing.
Right. So
was-
we had the 39. My husband had it for a long time, and that
Mm-hmm.
was going to be his welding truck. And we had the idea of, well, I mean, we can do bar service, but let's make it cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's better than your pop-up
Yeah.
rock table bar. You know,
Yeah, a lot of
same
people
service, but
bar service stuff was getting real big at the time too,
Yeah.
and trailers and things like that. And then
horse trailers.
I'm not saying we took it to the next level, but we took it a different direction maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That most people
Definitely
don't.
next level though.
And that, oh yeah, we did it with our way. You know,
Yeah.
everyone's into vintage stuff, and so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a reflection of us as well as our talents, I guess.
And I
so to
love that it's not like vintage like country. It's not. It is
It can
like,
be.
but
Yeah.
I mean, it's
go
just
any way.
super.
It's almost like Americana.
Yeah, that's.
In that
I mean,
sense,
it's
you
you've
know.
got like the penny
Yeah.
top on it. I mean, you've got all these unique, and I
All
love
everything's
that when you
brass.
guys show up, literally you just drive it in, and it's like a transformer truck almost, because all these parts come out of it, and you set up a whole bar, and then this goes up, and then
Right.
you've got your taps, and
lot
then you
of
go
trucks.
around back, and you've got the kegs, and over
Yeah.
here it is like
Anytime I
literally
see that truck, I'm
transformer.
so happy.
So
It's always
excited.
the number one question: does it run?
Yeah, like
You
yeah.
drive it there.
Drove
Of
that
course.
thing here.
Towing it would be the worst business model in
Oh
the world.
Thanks,
So we have a
Joel.
tow truck, so
$500.
but yeah, it would just be man.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit more about why you do business in catering the way that you do that. And I mean that by, you're not going to Cisco and buying like this pre-made things and whatnot. Why do you choose that route of making sure everything is fresh, and what makes you want to do that? And tell us like how that evolved.
Well, I mean, I think if
For me, I worked at a place called Roy's Hawaiian Fusion, and having graduated from CIA, there's a little bit of I guess emphasis on wanting to do the best you can, or being the best you can, or serving the best you can, and especially then the flip side of that of being health conscious and knowing that this does make people healthier or better.
Yeah.
You can't do that with deficient things.
Yeah.
So deficient produce and deficient meats and things of that nature don't provide nutrition, and they don't make good food. Everything starts with respect for food. So if you don't start there, you'll never end up with a great product.
I love that. Respect for food.
I think that's both of us
That's
share
good.
that
Break
that
with
down.
right?
share that with her side and the cocktails and the drinks, and me as well. But it was really rooted at Roy's. They didn't allow us to buy that stuff. You want it, you make it.
well, not only that, but most stuff that you buy off the shelf is just crap.
Yeah, and
it's
that's,
full of
again,
sugar. It's full of just crap.
Not good for you.
Yeah,
Or
it's not. It's not a good
authentic
thing to
sometimes,
base
too.
to start with as your base,
Right.
right? It's like
Right.
you don't even know what's in it, and then you start doing your own thing to it, and it's like, whoa, I have like a whole like experiment now here, a science experiment.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not even authentic. Roy's was a Hawaiian fusion restaurant, so that took many cultures and blended them with a traditional French backbone. So you took French techniques, Asian ingredients, and you came up with some super interesting foods.
That's
and they had
awesome.
so much vibrance and flavor and color, and they very diversity throughout, seafood, just everything. So it was just so much fun to be there and work there. I was
Yeah.
there almost a decade.
You love food, don't you, Ryan?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
That's what you notice now. Not the bodybuilding. It's my love for food.
Love for food.
Yeah.
And so how does that transition into cocktails? Because I know you guys like even like in your charcuterie board, just to go back to catering, I know that when you guys have your charcuterie board, you've seen them with like the donuts and like all of the smorgasbord, but then all the peppers and all the like your cauliflower, your purple, it's like all dyed and it's like done naturally. And then it's also you've been like putting the little pickles in the jars and like flavoring them for days. And it's like and then that goes over into the cocktails.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like why start with a product that you're going to buy off the shelf? If you're coming to us, you obviously want something that we're doing.
Yeah.
We're obviously not your typical catering company. We're not going to try to you're not going to get your chicken and rice all the time from us.
Yeah.
But I bet you make some bomb chicken and rice,
We
though.
try.
I bet
what
they
you
do.
That is the caveat.
That's what you
You
really
could probably
want,
hand them like
but-
the most blandest menu and it'd still be like, damn, that was so good.
Well,
Chicken
well,
rice.
and we do.
Yeah.
We get couples that come to us and we're like, well, we just want your traditional buffet. And it's like, okay, well, that's fantastic. Let's make it better.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want? You
Sometimes-
want chicken? How do you want it flavored? What can
Yeah.
we do to it?
Sometimes we are lucky enough for people to let us help them make up their minds a lot.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe we can be a little influential. And,
So if anybody's looking at Cornerstone for catering, let them like do their thing. Like let them kind of guide that a little bit for you too.
Absolutely.
yeah. I mean, if you like that kind of stuff, it's like handcrafted at this point. We take passion in everything that we do and pride in everything that we do.
Yeah.
Just tell us what you want.
I like that. All right, so tell us what it would look like if a client comes to you. Like, how does that process work? Is there a tasting? What does that look like when they're looking to book you for an event?
It depends on what they want, honestly. Right now, they come to us and we kind of like have a checklist of, what is it you're wanting? Like I said, what is your favorite food? What are you looking for? What kind of service do you want? Do you want pizza? Do you want buffet? Whatever it is. So we have, your 20 questions. Once we kind of get a menu, if they want pizza, we do kind of recommend someone come out to an event that we're doing. Otherwise, you're not going to get the full experience. You're not going to see the truck. You're not going to see the other stuff.
It's different from the truck in the oven, big time.
Yeah.
So we obviously offer catering tastings. It is what it is.
It's a sampling. Yeah.
But in that,
We
in that
try, and we try to get
scenario,
to know what they're
Yeah.
what they want.
Yeah.
Typically you'll come in and you'll do a tasting, and then we'll almost change the menu. Be like, oh no, you really like spicy food? Let us do this.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
Let's add a
Yeah,
spicy
it certainly
margarita.
depends on the people. And then the flip side of that too is sometimes I feel a little conflicted at the end too, because I feel like I break people's hearts sometimes because I have to tell them no about certain
Right.
things.
We're not
because
doing that.
the biggest deep breath. The biggest thing about catering food in my history and my whole life is it's always been awful. And I've never wanted to be a part of it. I've always been a restaurant chef.
Yeah.
And then now this is like smack dab where I'm at. So my emphasis on making it good is always of my utmost importance because of that reputation of out in the middle of a field or this or that. And those are the things I really do have to consider a lot of the time. Where am I at?
Yeah.
But and then sometimes it does come down to, yeah, sorry, we shouldn't do that. Or if I
It's
tell
not
you
going to be good.
up
It's not
front
gonna
what's
be
going to
good, yeah.
happen, okay. No one does it, but
Like, by the way, this is not going to have a
Yeah.
good shelf
Well,
life.
I
Like,
hate to say it,
you know,
like
it
a
needs to be
whole-
fresh or something of
whole
that
pig
nature.
roast in August outdoors on the beach.
Not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
Yeah.
It sounds awesome,
Not
but
a
when you
good
get there
idea.
and you set it up and the flies come, it's not.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's happened.
It's Florida.
Yeah.
Every day people
Yeah,
forget where
yeah.
they're at.
Remember my husband's birthday party? I was like, we've never had a fly in our life out here. We
yeah.
didn't even have pig.
You met
we had
everyone.
hot dogs.
You met every single one of them.
Every
in your
one of those
neighborhood.
flies made themselves very friendly. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So what questions do you have, Tim?
What questions do I have?
Yeah.
I got some questions.
Okay. I know.
All right, so
I see you scrolling.
I got some few. All right, so here's some questions according to the Knot.
Ooh.
Yeah, according to the Knot that, and maybe you hear these questions from couples, but that couples should ask.
Yes.
They're potential caterers. So obviously the big one is, are you available on our wedding date? So with that, do you have multiple crews, or is it just like you guys are one and done type deal?
Right now, it's one and done.
Okay.
Well, it depends on what you want. If you want like our bar truck or whatever, we can go opposite directions than the pizza truck. But we are currently building a second pizza truck.
Oh, cool.
So hopefully that'll
So
be
you
done.
could have multiple crews or multiple
Yes,
weddings.
we will eventually, real soon.
So the new truck that you built is a bar truck.
We have 2 bar trucks.
Oh,
Two bar trucks, and
okay.
we're working on the second
All right.
pizza truck. Yeah.
We're growing.
Nice.
And
Like
quite
it.
honestly, right now we don't try to split events just because we are so small.
Yeah.
But if there are 2 small events, we can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
What types of meal service do you offer? So is it like a traditional plated dinner? Is it buffet? How does that work for y'all?
What do we like to do? Or what we offer?
I knew that was going to be. I knew that was going to be.
Absolutely. Brandy can attest. We definitely can do plated food. Do we
And
like
they
to?
do a badass job of it. Let me just say, I'm going to keep saying that word just so we know. But okay, I've been in the kitchen when it's salad time and it's go time. And it's like, okay, timing ourselves. How fast can we get these salads out for 120 people? And it's like 3 seconds. Like,
Excuse
it
me?
is crazy.
Like
It's
5 minutes maybe for
Okay, it feels like 3
yeah.
seconds.
We're all
But-
pretty motivated people.
Yeah, they're very, very motivated, and it's a well-oiled machine. Like, it is like,
For being as small
yeah,
as we are.
yeah. I mean, it's like, okay, who's got the tray jacks? Who's got the trays? Who's changing out the trays? And I jump in. I'm like, I want to
Well,
jump in.
you are a
this.
different breed, Brandy.
I not many planners do anything that I
don't.
do.
I've
No
never seen any
planners
planner
do.
help any
Ever.
catering company.
Yeah,
so
no, that's
Very
for sure.
true.
That was one thing we always help. Is Brandy working? All right, cool. We're good. All right.
Because I would be
Is
like,
she on
okay,
your-
I'm taking the empty tray back in, helping
Right.
plate, and then bringing
Yeah.
it
It's
out.
just extra bodies.
Yeah.
It's like we go
Yeah.
out of our way to help anybody else.
Yeah, we
Right?
do
You
that
know?
too. It's
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
So
It's
it
not
blows
like
my mind
not
when
like
somebody's
you're gonna
just
look-
standing there and they're like, No, I'm
Nah,
not gonna help
not
you.
gonna do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love when you guys do plated because I love how dynamic and quick, and it's just this energy that you guys produce when you do it. It's quite fun.
The
I know
sheer
you don't
panic
like.
of, all right, let's get it done.
And go.
I'm like over there, like, okay, guys, little
Timer's
chihuahua.
on. Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
it's always that's it. It's
I get
motivated.
made fun of the entire night. Like, calm down. I'm like, no, we have to go.
Like
No, it's a
this-
competition, always.
Yeah. I think that's really good.
A little
It's the
bit.
competitive beast.
Well,
in you.
So-
just
You guys do it all basically. The plated, the buffet.
You
Yeah.
prefer
stations.
now? I would say. I mean, obviously, I would prefer the buffet just because then you get to experience the truck.
Absolutely. You know, and,
If they opted, yeah.
well, if
Yeah,
it's
it
if you're
depends.
able.
yeah.
well, and I think again, like if people are coming to us, they're wanting something special or
Yeah.
different than what another catering company is. Like you said at the Gaylord, that's not what we do. We don't do white glove service. If you
Yeah.
want your servers in tuxedos or shirt and tie,
Not
that's
happening.
us.
They're gonna come out shirtless.
What
Like,
they're having,
with
what
muscles
they
and
have on right
tattoos.
now. That is that's
I
the
mean,
deal.
your food will be fantastic.
this
Your
is-
Yes.
service will be great. It's just,
It's gonna come out with sass and
you know,
It's gonna be
You guys know me. huh?
again so good.
Yeah, no.
and a
want
little bit
that.
of character.
You know,
Yeah.
A lot of color commentating.
I miss I like working out with you guys, working weddings. But yeah, and the thing is that if people want like that simple buffet where you've got the chafing dishes
Absolutely,
and
we
things
can.
like
We
that,
got that.
you can do that. But guys, don't put them in that box. Like let them do
or
what
at
they
least
do
pick fun
best.
options. Like
They
we had
are
a really
unique.
cool-
Yeah, I think that's the
Yeah.
most interesting thing about us with the variety of the food that we do. There's a lot of fun going on there, and that's what I think ultimately also food should do too. Is you should have fun. It should kind of connect with your childhood a little bit. That's one thing that I think is a lot of fun to do if you get that dish just right that you remember from being a kid. That's so awesome.
Yeah, couples. If you think you're a fun couple, Cornerstone is for you.
Even if you're not fun,
Yeah,
they
Your
will
guests will
make it.
enjoy it.
Your
Yeah.
guests will definitely be like, "Wow."
I do think we hear a lot like we didn't want anything traditional, so I
Yeah.
guess that's us.
That's fine.
Do,
that's totally
what do you guys provide any rentals, or is it?
We try not to.
Yeah, almost
Yeah.
none.
I know
Only
some-
the
You guys have simple decor that
really
you put on the
cool
table.
stuff you see is you can rent from us,
Yeah.
but not down to the brass tacks plate
Yeah.
stuffs.
It's just not worth it. We're too
Yeah.
small to try to carry or figure out what
Yeah.
couples want.
Yeah, and you should just deal direct because we would call them too.
Yeah.
So
just go straight to
go right
whoever
ahead
you
and
would
call
have.
them. Yeah,
Yeah.
they deliver. They all that.
I like that.
Roughly, what's included in your packages and what costs extra?
Nothing. Everything's a la carte.
Nice.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
kinda.
So our pizza truck, it starts at a certain price. It starts at $1,000, and then it's broken up by
What is that starting price? What does that
It's
include?
amounts of people essentially.
yeah. So we do it in groups of people
Okay.
because it is buffet, so that
Sure.
we do have a little bit of a leeway. And the pizza, that's what the pizza starts at. If you want salad, if you want appetizers, that's all extra. But so up to 50 people for $1,000 just pizza.
Nice.
And then it goes up from there in groups of 25.
Do you get how many
It's
like
5 pizzas.
5 different types of pizzas?
5 different
And they let you pick which
choices,
ones you
yeah.
want
And
online.
we probably have like
Yeah,
50
a lot.
pizzas to choose from at this point.
Yeah.
It's-
And then if you've ever been anywhere and got one that we did that
Like
we
a
just
special,
made up,
yeah.
that, whatever.
Be like, sure.
Well, we did
Absolutely.
one for someone who said their
Yeah, they
favorite
had a
pizza
favorite
from a place
restaurant.
that
Yeah.
wasn't us. So, but we did.
Oh, and
we
you
did
went ahead and
whatever they
did
Yeah,
said
we
it
changed
was.
it a little bit.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, we just did whatever they said it
Now,
was. And
do I understand that your pizzas are sauceless?
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
I
it's
did
such a
not
point
know
of
that until
contention.
recently.
I
He
was
told me
blown
that.
away. I was blown away because I've had your pizza many times.
And I never thought.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's the best pizza ever. And then somebody broke the news to me, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah,
did you know that their pizza is sauceless?" I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
"There's no
well.
way."
And then I get a text from him, and my whole world exploded. I was like, "Wait, what? How
Yeah,
did I
you
not
have
know this?"
no idea.
So we have like what 5 traditional pizzas.
Yeah,
like we
there's-
do your margarita, we have your pepperoni, all that, and we have tomatoes on those, like crushed tomatoes.
Yeah, we make a really nice, like almost like a tapenade
Right.
that goes on.
But all of our other pizzas don't need your tomato
yeah,
sauce.
yeah, I wouldn't
We
put
promise you.
tomatoes on a mole chicken pizza or on a
They just
buffalo
don't
chicken
go.
pizza
Or a white pizza, obviously.
Yeah, anything like that. We have so many fun pizzas off.
Or Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, Nashville hot chicken. I don't want tomato sauce on
Right?
that or
That does
tomatoes.
sound weird.
So yeah, no,
Yeah.
there's no reason for it on a lot of things, in my opinion.
And
But
yeah.
like your pepperoni pizza, I mean, we put tomatoes on it. The amount of moisture and things in Florida that we have to contend with and being outdoors in the dough, let alone adding more moisture to the mixture.
And Ryan hates it.
And I don't
Yeah.
like it. I've never liked it.
So when you guys bring the pizza truck, like you've already just pre-made just the dough and basically all your ingredients, and you're making them right then and there,
absolutely.
fresh.
Hand toss, yeah,
Hand
everything.
toss.
You can see us covered in flour from head to toe.
I
Well,
love that.
that's a good leeway into my next question.
Okay.
How
I
will
had
the
no clue.
food be prepared on wedding day? So how does that happen?
So if it's pizza, it's made on site.
Yeah.
Your guests can watch us throw,
Throw dough.
Do the whole
no,
deal,
please
yeah.
don't.
Yeah, no,
Don't
drop it.
actually throw it.
As long as we don't drop it, it's okay.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, it's made on site. We refresh the pizza as it's made or as it's eaten.
Yeah.
If it's something like a buffet, obviously we've made it ahead of time. We'll bring it there, unless we're cooking it out of the oven.
Yeah, it just depends on, certain
What it
venues,
is.
certain
Or
things.
tacos, or
And the tacos,
made.
so
Tacos, yeah.
you make your shells or it's all soft taco before?
It depends.
Depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Okay.
depends on what they want. That's the cool thing about that cool oven we made. We can literally wrap them up and stick them to the top of it, and it heats all the taco shells for us up there. We can put all the meat inside. Works
That's cool.
perfectly.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And so, like you had mentioned before, your menus are basically they're custom.
Pretty
Everything.
much. We have like our
most
fan
part.
favorites on our website.
Yeah, we
and
put
a
out-
good
yeah.
starting point. Like we have your sliders and different, charcuterie boards. But again,
Yeah.
what's your favorite sandwich? What do you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah.
Just things that over the years I've thought of have either sold well for me or have
Yeah.
just been a hit overall, or things that we like that
Yeah.
we would eat if we wanted to
Right.
go to a party. Or
Yeah, because when I had my 40th, I asked you guys to make me a grilled cheese sandwich with Granny Smith
Yeah,
apple
yeah,
slices.
yeah.
Because I used to have that years and years and years ago, and it was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We made Uncrustables from
Yeah.
scratch. And
Yeah.
You had fun. That was a fun. That's what I'm
Right.
talking. That
was
was a
fun.
fun party.
I was like, here you go. You decide.
Yeah.
This
Guess
is
who the
all kind
DJ
of-
was? Guess who the DJ was?
It was a good team.
It was a good team.
Very good team. You just hire all the people here.
Yeah.
People. Just
Oh, man.
do that.
And
That is
assuming,
awesome.
and I'm assuming because you guys are professionals, you have licenses and
Absolutely.
insurance and
Driver's license,
everything.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So what's the craziest thing you've ever been made to like ask when it comes to catering? Like the thing that was just like that really took us out of our box, or something really cool and fun experience?
I would say the Haitian wedding.
Yeah.
Ooh,
okay,
tell me about
that.
that.
Was a good one to say, is to get out of my box. Yeah, I've never, because I've kind of prided myself on different types of food, different styles of food that I've appreciated. Like I said, once again, working at Roy's, Asian food has been a super. I've loved that, the fresh, clean, and also spicy aspects of so many different ranges of Korean, Thai, all that kind of stuff, Japanese, everything. And then getting into the Haitian wedding, where I believe like half of the invitees were literally straight from
Yeah.
Haiti, yeah.
and they asked for specific dishes.
They
of-
wanted a goat curry.
yeah, yeah, they definitely wanted a whole goat, and then
It was interesting. So
Yeah.
we were
What
hired
was-
to do
yeah.
3 days in a row because we were
yes,
there for
they're welcome, their
the welcome we
Oh.
did pizza. The
wedding and
second
a
night,
send off brunch.
yeah, it was the groom's family was all there. And they were all Haitians, and then we did a send off brunch. Was amazing.
So besides the goat,
But
what?
getting into the food was really
What was-
cool.
yeah,
Yeah, I had
what
to
was
drive
that?
all the way into Tampa to get a certain type of black mushroom for the rice,
Right,
the
it was
griot, I
pretty cool.
believe it's called, and the curry goat I was super comfortable with. I'm good with curries and all that kind of stuff. I'm a country boy.
We were just surprised at how fast it went.
Yeah, I know, because everybody, not the half. They like only half people are gonna eat it.
Yeah, not everyone's gonna eat
No,
the goat.
everybody.
We
Everybody.
were scraping. I'm like, here's like
I'm giving
quarter
out
cup.
bones and all kinds of stuff.
So that was fun.
So it wasn't just like your rice and bean kind of deal.
No, and
No,
I
we
made
probably
some
did
of
plantains.
we
We
did,
probably did
yeah.
like jerk chicken.
a salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did some everyday stuff, and I made some of the hottest hot sauce I
were
ever
drinking
made.
it.
There, it's gone. And I was thinking to myself, I'll have some of this left. Don't worry, gone.
Because I don't know much about like that culture, so that's
Oh, well, see here, and I just did research on the dishes since I've never cooked them in my life. That was
Yeah.
not one of the courses of the CIA. So in going through it, there was like 6 to 8 habaneros in every single one of the dishes. So I did tone it down a scooch just because the other half was not from Haiti. So that's why I did put all that super hot sauce on the table, and they ate all of it.
that is awesome.
Yeah,
That was
it
probably
was.
our funnest that we've
It
done.
was. It was. They were great people, and it was. a
That
good
always
time.
makes a difference too.
It
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah. So with the way food costs and things are now, so because people are always like budget, right? especially now. Things are it's just crazy. How far out should they be contacting you to get you on the books? Like, how busy and booked out are you guys? Because I know you have stuff that you do in Lakewood Ranch, which we're going to talk about, but what does that look like for your schedule?
So all of our good dates pretty much are taken. You want a designer date.
Everything in November and October and March
you want
and January.
11, you want 2/24. Like,
Yeah.
If it's wedding season this year,
forget it. 3/25/25.
We might have some random dates, so obviously reach out, but
sure, of course, but
especially if it is like a weird day,
like a Wednesday.
No, well, that's the thing. We're booked every
you're
Wednesday.
booked every Wednesday
every
too.
Wednesday
That's right. Yeah.
through May. This year.
But yeah, I mean, we're booking a lot of 24s already booked. Like I said, like the special days. But hopefully by then we'll have the other pizza trucks. We'll have two
Ability,
options. So that's the goal at least.
Accommodate another.
So I'd say a year.
At least a year.
At least.
Sure.
For a
minimum.
wedding is probably pretty
for a wedding,
Okay. And then, so tell us what you're doing down in the Lakewood Ranch area. I feel like this Wednesday, I am coming out because I am on vacation.
But make sure,
week.
all right, but real quick,
Yes.
if you go on a Wednesday, make sure you get there early.
Oh, yeah, poor Tim.
Yeah. Well,
I showed up
what
and I was like, I'm
happened?
going to get some pizza.
Nope.
And they're like, oh, we're sold out.
Oh,
Today, homie.
poor thing. No pizza makes us sad, Tim.
So, yeah, so what happens on Wednesdays? Where are you guys at?
He's going to come early.
Yeah, we start making pies at 5:30.
Yeah, 5:30.
So yeah, we're at Waterside every Wednesday until the end of May. The event itself is 6 to 9.
It's like a little farmer's market, right? Or is it a
cornhole tournament?
yeah, that's the
food
whole-
truck rally.
That's the whole point is the cornhole tournament. It's apparently
Oh,
the
okay.
largest in the country.
Really?
It's
I had
ridiculous.
no clue that
Yeah.
that actually was like the whole point of it.
300 competitors.
I know there's a
I
lot
just
of them.
throw
It's
the
ridiculous.
thing.
It's awesome. But yeah, so they have the full cornhole tournament going on, and they have a rotation of 10 food trucks every week, and then like 15, 20 tent vendors.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like candles, jewelry, whatever.
All the things.
Yeah,
All
all
of
the
the things.
crafters. Yeah.
But
That
that's
is
pretty
awesome.
cool.
And that's Wednesdays in Lakewood Ranch over on Waterside
In the Waterside community.
community.
Yeah.
And
It's
then,
right where they do their farmers market as well,
okay, because they do a Sunday morning farmer
Yeah.
which is amazing if you haven't been.
I haven't been to that. I went to the one downtown by Grove
Gotcha.
a few weekends ago. And then you're also, don't you do something on Thursdays too?
No.
Ranch nights, don't you do ranch nights?
No, we used to do it over in UTC. We had
that
an
one.
event, but that's no more.
They don't do that one anymore.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Do it.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
But it's-
couples, if you want to
Yes, go
try,
see them
Yeah,
at
that's definitely
Waterside.
the best place to come.
just
for.
like if you
Yeah.
wanted to see your DJ ahead of time, you don't just
Yes.
show up at a wedding and try their food or go see the DJ.
You go to the club.
You go to the club or you go to the Lakewood Ranch Waterside.
Yes.
What do they call it?
Waterside.
Ranch night.
Ranch night.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called Ranch Night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's
That
how you
is
can go.
definitely the best idea.
And you guys do your
because
cocktails out there too?
We do. We have 2 bar trucks
Yep.
out there right now.
It's not as easy to talk to people about their event, maybe, but
But you
So
can
don't
try
go
them out
for
though.
conversation.
Right.
Go for
Yeah.
eating and drinking,
Or
and
get
then
there early, or let us know you're
yeah,
coming.
let us know you're
Oh,
coming
okay.
too. That I've done that before too, But
Yeah, I let them know I was coming. I just showed up late.
because we're usually done by about 7:30. So
they're like, Tim, we didn't even save you a pizza because you're supposed to be here. You got to get it fresh, hot, and fresh. So, are we going
Well-
Wednesday? Are we gonna go Wednesday?
Sure.
Sure.
5:30.
It's a date.
I will be there at 5.
There you go.
I will help you set
he'll
up.
be done with 2 pizzas
hang
before
out
I
in the
even
heat,
get
yeah.
there.
Well, the bar trucks are usually set up by 5, so you'll be
Okay,
there.
we'll start drinking at 5.
Cool. So at this point in the podcast, we always like to bring up a little bit of a franchise that we've started called What's Trending?
What's trending?
What's trending in weddings? So in catering, what do you guys see trending?
What are people asking for?
What are they asking for?
That's not normal.
That's not normal.
good
Or that you
Something
see, or
unique.
not necessarily that it's not normal, or it's just something that you see
It's
people asking more
more
and more
of
of nowadays that
didn't.
they weren't before.
Yeah, that.
Well, what we see is not being asked for.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
What's not trending right now?
So
Okay,
any of,
let's
like,
do that.
the,
Let's do a little.
Reverse.
the, like charcuterie cups and
Oh,
things like that
yeah.
are all gone. People are
Yeah.
all back into communal food, which is
Thankfully,
great.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So-
That makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So like during COVID and stuff, we were doing a lot of like charcuterie cones or like bite-sized pieces. So that's kind of subsided a little bit, and people
Yeah.
are back to like the grazing tables, which
Yeah.
are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say that's definitely one of the things I love. It's
It's
like
fun.
a 6 foot of smorgasbord
It
of
can be as
gravy.
big or a little as you want. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
we try to mix it up. Obviously, it's a charcuterie board at the heart, but we can add sliders. We can add like fresh fruit, whatever you want. We can make it into a full either appetizer, or we've had it as your entree, like full table. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
So they're not asking for individual cups.
yep, which is great.
Thankfully, yeah.
But they are
Lot of
asking
waste.
for.
What's been popular? Tacos.
Tacos.
Yeah,
Tacos
it
are
really
making a
is.
bigger
Just-
comeback.
Well,
Yeah.
and taco and pizza for weddings. We've been doing
Yeah.
that a lot this past year. Is that split bar of like our fresh gourmet taco bar and then the pizzas.
Oh, a
I guess that could
combination
be-
of both.
That could be like trending because I mean I guess at a lot of weddings that we do, you don't see it very often
Right.
that you'll see pizza
Yeah.
or tacos or anything like that. But I mean, your food, like your pizza and tacos, are just so different and they're
Yeah.
so good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We've done
It's
pizza
so-
and Chinese. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
we've done a couple
really-
different.
Some
Yeah,
fun
people
combinations.
Really, yeah. So I think that would probably be, I hate to say pizza and tacos because they drive me crazy right now. So yeah, I think that is what
And I guess
That's really the question, Ryan. What are people asking for that drives you crazy? That's what's trending.
And I guess
do a
even
lot.
just like your business model in general with the pizza trucks and the bar truck and all of the things, like adds a different like kind of like decor
Yeah.
to the wedding. Like that could be what's trending.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So mobile
Because
bars in
You are
general
trending.
right now
truly
are
style.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are setting
You
the
Cornerstone and Company is trending.
Yeah.
Apparently, this
absolutely.
week we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
My Instagram has been. Like,
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
a lot
it's
of, and you guys also got an award for cocktails
we
too.
did. We got gold, which was pretty cool. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
State Street won it, which is amazing because they're phenomenal.
like
So
State
what?
Street
All right. So
too.
what are these awards for again? So you got SRQ, right?
Yeah, so
SRQ Best of.
Best of SRQ, we got Best Caterer, which is pretty cool. And then we got, that was the platinum. So we took the main one on that. And then we got gold on cocktails.
Yeah.
And then for the Herald, we were the finalist. So we came in second or third for Best Caterer. Michael's beat us, but as
Oh,
I mean,
Michael's.
Michael's
okay.
on
That's
East.
all right.
I
'cause,
feel like it's a
that's-
totally different caliber.
That's amazing.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Like it's totally different caliber. So I feel like you guys
Absolutely.
We don't
definitely.
even have walls as big as they do. So, yeah,
You don't have walls.
no.
not really. I mean,
You
we have
have
our-
doors.
we have our
You
little
have
kitchen,
doors
but
and wheels.
The majority of our work is done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
where we are.
not where you are.
So that's been a
So
huge honor.
speaking of cocktails, I want to know what each of you, your favorite cocktail
Ooh.
is, and like all the things that kind of make
Go
it
ahead, Ryan.
make
What's
it
your
its
favorite?
thing.
Yeah, this is
Well,
good,
I mean,
actually,
Ryan,
yeah.
you don't drink.
Never have.
So
yeah.
never have. So what is your favorite food item to make then? Like what's your go-to if you're like at home and you're cooking for the fam, you're like, you know what, I have been craving this. This is my jam.
Oh, that's a good
What
one.
would I have for dinner if I came over and hung out with you?
Oh well, I don't know. It's different because I do a lot of cooking with my kids, and luckily
Yeah.
my daughter's like super into food right now. She's vegetarian, and so we're always kind of coming up with these things that she wants to do because she watches the shorts all the time about making all these cool types of food. So it usually kind of runs along like the Asian sushi kind of line, but with tofu and pickled cucumbers and vegetables and stuff like that. Rice, she loves rice.
Yeah.
Like furikake, all the natural or the old cool seasoning stuff
Yeah.
on there, spicy. A lot of sriracha, stuff like that.
I discovered black garlic.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh
We do
my
black
gosh.
Garlic ale.
Yeah, it's really good, right?
And when I do my untuna salad, I add in the seaweed, the flakes to give
Yeah.
it that tuna to give it that flavor, but I use the carrots as my tuna texture,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
carrot pulp.
that's the furikake. It's a rice season
Yeah.
with nori and seaweed.
Because I can't find that, so I just use the seafood
Oh,
flakes. Like
okay.
the little squares that you buy, you're supposed to munch on. I just crumble those up and stick them in there. And that's my seafood.
Oh, man.
Hey, girls gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, hey, do what you
All
gotta
right. Cocktail for you, Shannon, because I know that's your thing.
Yeah, we're definitely known for our spicy margaritas across the board.
Yeah.
Any margarita. So every Wednesday
Yeah.
we have a rotating
Spicy margaritas.
rotating margaritas. Every week they're different. But my personal is probably anything tiki, anything weird. Jungle Bird might be one of my favorite cocktails.
What's in a
that?
jungle bird?
So
This
it's,
is what she's making at home. This is
pretty
this
much.
is the thing.
Yeah, so it's I like to use a really funky rum. And then it's
Funky rum.
yeah, like
You got to tell us what that is.
like a Appleton Estate would be fantastic. So rum can get real funky, just depending on how it's aged and what it's barreled in. And you'll taste it. You'll instantly be like, oh, yep, that's some rum funk. You know,
Okay.
it's a different taste. But like that and Campari, and it's bitter, pineapple, all in there. It's fantastic.
She said a lot.
Yeah.
I'm coming over to her house.
I
I
think
just need to
tiki, man.
experience.
I just want a margarita.
And in next life, we'll have some sort of like Florida tiki thing. Like that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Because we had the rum at the daiquiri event that we did recently, and even when I taste that, it tastes different than any other rum. It's kind of funky too.
A little bit.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is different. It's not. It does. It's not as like. It's very obvious. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's not
So
as smooth
what
and
is
quiet.
happening right now in a lot of the distilleries or it's becoming very watered down for the American palate. So you're taking out a lot of those like fun flavors or the natural flavors to make it more palatable, more marketable.
Yeah,
Same thing
I
with
find that I
tequilas.
liked that gin better, or that I do like gin. We know that, but I liked that rum better because it was like because I feel like some spirits, and I don't know if you feel this way, but I feel like they're sneaky.
Oh, yeah.
Like you just don't get out of them what you should, like the flavoring and the profiles. And so you're like, this is like dangerous, but it shouldn't. Like I need some flavors in there.
It's also almost the same thing as like processed foods, this processed liquor kind of stuff. There's people out there that handcraft their stuff and take the time to make and do things right, the old school, this, that. And then there's people just trying to sell stuff for a quick buck.
Yeah, because I think Shannon introduced me to shrubs too. And so I have like 4 or 5 different shrubs at home that I use instead of like simple syrup or pre-purchase like flavors and stuff. You should get some
Tim's like,
shrubs.
I don't know.
You should get some shrubs. We should teach you about that. What's your go-to liquor?
Margarita.
Tequila.
Tequila. But only in margarita.
But only in margarita form.
Well, no,
right.
I liked. Yeah, I feel like tequila is a safe bet for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Not really like a connoisseur of drinks.
Yeah,
You know it
I
tastes
only
good.
am because, like I said, like I literally have learned. They will tell you every single week they were in there in the kitchen at Mixon's. I'd be like, "So, how about this? Like, tell me about this." I tried to beg her to make me meal plans. I did not beg hard enough. Obviously, I don't think there's any begging in the world that would do that. But I was always asking questions about food and eating and being healthy and everything. And so I appreciate all of you guys' and your advice. And I feel like my love for food definitely got deeper working with you.
Then
So,
our mission accomplished.
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
can't
just
ask
me.
for it.
But so if I wanted to, a client wants to reach out and book you and schedule you and ask questions, how
Where do they find
you?
you?
You can either get it through our social medias, that's all Cornerstone and Company, or directly through our website. It's probably the best. That way I don't lose you.
What's your website?
Cornerstone and Company, cornerstoneandco.us.
Cornerstone, and that's A&D, right?
Yes,
A&D.
spelled out.
Cornerstone and A&D Co.
.us.
.us.
Perfect.
All right, so they can go on there.
Yep.
What's your socials?
Cornerstone and Company.
Is that Cornerstone A&D?
All spelled out.
Yeah.
Cornerstone and
All right.
Company spelled out. Are you? So that's Instagram,
Facebook.
Facebook. Are you on the Tiki Taki?
No. Too old for
You guys
that.
should totally TikTok Ryan making some.
Right before it gets banned, you might as well.
I have a fun video of Ryan we could post. He'd probably be mad.
At least my thumb doesn't hurt anymore.
We'll have to talk about that off air. He went for a little roly-poly tumble.
Womp womp.
It's completely dark out there.
He just kind of,
Yeah.
But also, the last question I had is, how'd you get your name Cornerstone & Co.?
So I started from Cornerstone Nutrition when we
Yeah.
were doing meal prep. And Cornerstone is our business. We wanted to be as like the cornerstone of health. You
Yeah.
know, what we were doing was a cornerstone of your life. you know,
Yeah, there's a way to grow, build,
Okay, I like
foundation.
or lose. Depending on what you need
that. Like
to
if you're
do.
trying to cut weight or gain,
Absolutely.
or yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of doctor's orders, is what it was. There's a lot of kind of unhappy
was actually
people
kinda cool.
sometimes. But they're unhappy sometimes. They didn't
They're
want to
just
hear what they
angry about
heard.
the food. Yeah,
Well, yeah, you're only allowed to eat this much now.
Yeah.
Well, I want to eat this much. You're supposed to eat this much. you know?
yeah. Like I only gave you what you're allowed to have. All right. Well, I truly appreciate having you guys. I know I totally capitalized like most of this conversation.
That's
but
okay.
They're my people.
That's what you do.
He loves me for it. There's days where he takes over sometimes. Yeah, it's all good. Well, thanks for coming out and hanging
for
out
having
with us. It was so good to see you. And people, just do what's trending and book Cornerstone.
Cornerstone and Company. Go talk to Shannon and Ryan.
Yes.
They are awesome. Love their food. Anytime I see them, I know we're in good hands.
Oh, yeah.
And
Likewise, when we see your company
Yeah.
at
weddings,
weddings, we're like, yes.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
best
gonna be
DJs in
good.
town.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The timeline will work out all right. And then
Yeah.
hopefully.
Unless it's another
And
planner.
and before you guys actually, you will feed your vendors.
absolutely.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's a
yeah.
big
Same
question.
thing.
Yeah.
That was your main question. You didn't
I
ask
know.
it.
Do you feed your vendors?
Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
You too will get a pizza.
Yep.
Yay!
Yep.
And then sometimes you get to take pizza home.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. That's the
no
best.
joke. Whenever I see y'all at Mix-Ins, I know where to go. It's in the butterfly garden.
Oh yeah.
I go
Oh,
out
yeah.
back, and like once I get everything situated, I'll just head on back
Just get
there, and
there
I'll
before
just
everybody.
skirt, just grab my own little
Whole
from.
box of pizza.
Well, no, like
no.
I'll just become a guest. Like I'm gonna have some of the
appetizers are
sliders. Oh,
there.
that pizza looks good, and they're like, here you go. Love it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Vendors are people too.
Yeah.
They need real food.
Why not?
I love that.
Why not?
Aren't you the DJ? I'm also a guest.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fine.
I'm eating. It's fine. You need
want
me to
good
be at
music.
my
You want?
best?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want good music? You want to have a
Yeah,
good time?
feed me good food.
Just saying.
That's right.
I love
Well,
it.
thank you guys so much
Thank you.
for coming by. Again, I am Tim Schaus, TLS Entertainment, your premier DJ, the beautiful and lovely Brandy Harlan. That's gonna do it for us. That was podcast number 18.
Yeah, and I'll do big news on the next one.
Yeah,
We'll have some breaking news.
breaking. It's insanely like you have to listen to the next one.
What's the topic?
We'll figure it out, but it'll be breaking news. This
Not
is
that
the
big.
Scoop Weddings Unveiled.
Peace and chicken grease.
Oh,